All right. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the second showcase of our Music and Technology Festival. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Rebecca Haviland. I am the co-head of undergraduate studio composition at Purchase College Conservatory of Music. For those of you who joined us last time, our performances were all live. Tonight's, though, are going to be a little bit different of a format from our last showcase. Instead of live performers, we will be premiering pre-recorded music videos from students in our music and technology department. Our studio composition and production students are all pursuing many different types of music careers, including production, songwriting, engineering, mastering, orchestration, film scoring, video game music, as well as composition and live performance. For tonight's showcase, we have 11 really talented students who have also collaborated with a bunch of other students in our department, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. And they've created original visual components to the music they've composed, co-written or produced, and we will be interviewing the students live and then premiering their music video. Some of these videos also feature collaborations with other departments at Purchase College, including dance, jazz, classical, and film majors. To get things started, as happens during songwriter showcases in New York, Nashville, and LA, the host usually starts out with a tune of their own, also so none of the performers technically have to be first up. In the spirit of DIY video making, I thought that I'd present the video for my song Bright City Lights. Bright City Lights was inspired by my love of New York. I'm a native New Yorker, born and bred, and I love everything about New York, the energy, the music, the inspiration. And so this is a little bit of a love song to my city. And it was created and styled by myself using a projector and some royalty-free video clips, and filmed by my dear friend Jackson Hoffman. The recording features myself on vocals and guitar, Todd Caldwell on B3, Teddy Kumpel on guitar, and a few Purchase alumni, including Chris Anderson on bass and Kenny Shaw on drums. So, without further ado, I would like to share my tune Bright City Lights with you all.
Bother me, I'm stronger than even I believe. I'd like to have a say, I'd like to be a part of change, the progress I really need to see. Bright city lights don't mean we ain't sentimental for the like people want me to be. There's gotta be a way, gotta just jump right off this train of thought that I'm where I should be. I really need some proof that I can be strong and still bear fruit, a woman in any way I perceive. Oh, bright city lights don't mean we ain't sentimental for the way things used to be. And I'd like to speak my mind and have it mean a thing or two, not nothing like people want me to be. Not nothing like people want me to be. to speak my mind and having me nothing or two, not nothing like people want me to be. Oh, but city lights don't mean we ain't sentimental for the way things used to be. And I'd like to speak my mind and having me nothing or two, not nothing like people want me to be. Oh, not nothing like people want me to be. Yeah, not nothing like people want me to be.
Hey Rebecca, unfortunately you're muted. I'm sorry.
And I did it. See, I did what I said I was going to do. So what I was just saying is thank you so much for checking us out, and I wanted to introduce you, Maya, a student that I didn't know until recently was such an incredible songwriter.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the song we're going to listen to tonight?
Yes, first I want to say thank you for having me, Rebecca. You're awesome.
Thank you.
My song, 8 Bars, is something near and dear to my heart. It just emits chill vibes. I hope that's something you guys receive. It's something that I made after a very hard time in my life, and I used it just as an escape, and I hope that um, does the same for so many.
Awesome. Can you tell us, did you produce this tune yourself, Maya?
I did actually. It's one of the quickest songs I produce ever. I think I did it in like under an hour. It just came so easily, and that's when I knew there was something special in this.
Awesome. Could you tell us a little bit about your influences for this specific tune? Maybe musically?
Yes. Well, I just want to shout out Nicki Minaj, which is my like just I love Nicki Minaj. That's my
Yeah.
number one musically.
Awesome.
But I think reggae and like lo-fi was the inspiration for me. I can shout out Bob Marley, which is an artist I grew up on, from my earliest of days, coming from a Jamaican background. And reggae is always just so soothing and just so chill. And so that's something I wanted to capture in this piece.
Awesome. And I also read in your the information you sent me about this piece that you had alumni Mariah Salter create the cover for the single. Could you tell us? It's such a great cover, by the way. Could you tell the audience about the inspiration behind the artwork?
Yes, of course. I have to say Mariah is awesome. So talented. Please go look her up and work with her. She's amazing. I reached out to her, and I wanted a cover that really exemplified what I was going for this track. And one of my greatest loves is chocolate.
Oh
And,
yeah.
I always find comfort in chocolate. So I said, hey, let's just smack that on the cover. And I loved what Mariah came up with.
That's awesome. I also love chocolate, so I completely understand. So, where can people find more about you and your music?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Conspiracy, CNSPRACY. Catch me on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms. and I look forward to having new listeners.
Awesome. And this tune is available now on Spotify, right?
Yes, it is.
Very cool. Very cool. And I think we are actually premiering this video, right?
Yes, very excited and honored to be premiering the official music video for 8 Bars here on the Music and Technology Showcase. I hope you guys love it. Um, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Well, let's check it out.
I'm a comedian, blend like chameleon, long hair Brazilian, flex on a billion. Mind is so brilliant, going like bohemian. Save the civilian, I look what you really in. I think that I made it, feel like I hate it. They graduated, been congratulated. I'm mommy's favorite, I feel kinda dated, cause I never made it and I'd never stayed it. I shine like a star, I ride like a car, as fresh as you are, you smell like a bar. I see you tomorrow, I won't be far, burn you like char, the lion goes. Cause I'm on my own team. No, I'm not phony. I do this all for me. Cause no one's above me but God, cause I'm holy. Can I ask you a question? Why you keep pressing? If I wasn't vegan, I'd eat you for breakfast. Thank God for his presence. Counting my blessings, learning my lesson. This life is so precious. I do this for fun. I go hard like I'm Brown. Mimosas in Milan is the vibe that I'm on. You're nuts like pecan. I know that I'm the one. Pass me the baton and celebrate that I just won. Hey, hey.
All right, let's give it up for Conspiracy, everybody. What a great tune and such a great video. Thank you all for checking out this live stream tonight. I see that we have 52 viewers right now, and I know that that's just going to keep growing. And then this is also going to be able to get replayed. So please don't hesitate after to share this performance with your friends and fam and fans. All right, so next up, we have a fantastic duo of studio composition majors who go under the name Sunday Dinner, and it's comprised of Matt Costello and Nick Spataro. So without further ado, let's add them to the screen. How's everybody doing?
What's going on? How are you?
We are doing great. I already forgot to unmute myself, so everything is off to a fantastic start. No. Thanks so much again for joining us tonight. Can you just tell the audience a little bit about the inspiration behind your band's name?
You want me to start?
Go for it.
All right, yeah. So me and Matt both come from an Italian heritage, and as Italians know, Sunday dinner is a very important time, right? We always have a big family dinner on Sunday, and the premise of the group is the two of us kind of work with a bunch of other artists, all the time. We're constantly featuring new people and stuff. So the idea is we're just having Sunday dinner with everybody. We're at our dinner table, pretty much.
We're inviting everybody to eat Sunday dinner with us.
All right. Well, that's awesome. I love the concept. Could you tell us a little bit about the song we're going to listen to tonight? What is your go-to for finding inspiration when you're working on co-writes together, and how did that connect with this tune?
So it's interesting. I mean, me and Nick have a long history. I mean, we go back. We lived together for our freshman year, And the way that we like to write together is we'll just have a conversation, because 9 times out of 10 we end up in a very deep philosophical conversation talking about something very deep. And I mean, that's fuel for it, you know? So we just kind of know where it's supposed to go after that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. It's pretty amazing when you can find someone that you just gel with as a songwriter like that. And I assume that production for you both is very similar. You both seem to just gel really well together production wise.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'd like to talk for a second about the vocalist on this track. And I actually see in the comments that Wendy is awake and she chatted or commented on the chat. So tell us a little bit about Wendy, and how was working remotely and why did you pick Wendy and all that good stuff?
Gotcha. So, I mean, it all kind of happened at the right time with Wendy, because we were in the midst of working on the song when we first kind of like got exposed to her work, and we were just blown away. We were like, okay, that's the person we want on this record. And the remote process honestly was very smooth. It was, I mean, partly because I think she's just so talented, and like she literally like was able to understand what we wanted and just like delivered so well. So we're definitely really grateful for that.
Awesome.
We got so lucky with this first collaboration. I tell that to everybody who asks about the song. Like we really scored on this first song. Like we got very, very lucky to work with such an amazing collaborator.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's great. Well, I'm sure there are many more awesome collaborations in both of your futures. So where can people find out more about both of you and your music?
So we both write in music individually as well. You can find me on Instagram. You can find our account together, our joint account, which is at Sunday Dinner Music, which should be our title right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're coming to TikTok soon. Yeah, we're coming to Spotify soon. More importantly.
Very nice.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, great. Well, I guess without further ado, let's get into the tune. Actually, one last question. Did you also make this video yourself?
We didn't really edit it, but like the concept was ours, and we kind of brought in one of our close friends to come, and he was really talented with the visuals and stuff. So we came in and we kind of all just like talked ideas and recorded like a making of type video.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you both so much. Let's get to some videoing.
Absolutely. Sweet.
Something tells me that you're here because you don't feel satisfied. Somehow I know that you're struggling to keep me off your mind. Yeah, don't think for a second I'm still here the way you left me, babe. I closed the door behind you when you walked out. Said that I was crazy, need someone to come and save me. You're the only one that I ever needed saving. You still want my love, thinking about my body when you need someone to hold you. want my love. Thinking about my body when you need someone to hold you. Now you're running from everything that you said to me when you were young. You're afraid you might have meant to want my love. Thinking about my body when you need someone to hold you. Now you're running from everything that you said to me when you were young. You're afraid you might have meant that.
All right. Thank you all so much for checking out that tune. What a great song by Sunday Dinner. Such a great jam, and you should check out more from them at Sunday Dinner Music on Instagram. All right, so I just want to let you all know if anyone has any information about our music and technology program at Purchase College, you can reach out to me through my email address, which is in the banner, rebecca.haviland@purchase.edu. And also, one little disclaimer that I forgot to throw out there. We have some fantastic original compositions tonight, and if you have any kids at home, there are some songs that have a little bit of adult language in it. So just keep that in mind as you're listening, but keep rocking and keep jamming to the tunes. So our next performers this evening, and I like to say the word performer because this is a performance, I'm interviewing you, are Mac Anderson and Vanessa Camacho. So without further ado, let's get them into this lovely, lovely little stream. What's up, Vanessa?
Hi.
There's Mac. How's everything going? How's everybody doing?
Great. How are you?
Pretty
Thank
good.
you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for making such an incredible video tonight to present into the world. I have a couple of questions I'd love to ask you about it. So you both wrote such a beautiful tune for this showcase. Can you tell me a little bit about the writing process?
Yeah, so we had just met. It was probably like the second week of school, and this was like the first tune we collaborated on, and it was super easy to work with Mac. We were just like working off each other so well. Yeah, do you have anything to say, Mac, about
Yeah,
that?
like I just feel like the process was pretty smooth and it was pretty like easy going, and I feel like our energies kind of fed off each other, which was nice. So basically, like I wrote the instrumental, but like she was in the room the whole time, so there was like this kind of energy where we were both kind of incorporating a lot of our own ideas into the song, like together, like kind of a duet, you know.
That's awesome. It's so nice when you really jive, as a songwriter with somebody. It just kind of makes the whole process even more creative. So your video also, features two collaborations that I'd like to point out. One with a dancer from our dance department, Julian Buenaventura. I think I'm pronouncing the name correctly. And the other was a videographer named Rainer Gardner Olesen. Could you tell me a little bit about them and the process of creating the video with them?
Yeah, of course. So Julianne went to high school with me, and we were friends. So I know she's a dance major, and she's done a lot of really cool work with Ballet Hispanico and Move New York City. Those are two like dance companies in the city. So she came up here, and I know she's really talented at what she does. So I just I texted her and I said, what do you think about this project? Like, what do you think? Do you want to improv over it? Do you want to come up with some choreographed stuff? And she kind of did a little bit of both. And so that was really amazing to have that talent like at our disposal. Awesome. And then in Rainer's case, he's a childhood friend of mine, and he's been making music videos a lot recently for rappers and other artists. He actually made my album cover of my album earlier this year. And he's deferring at RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, which is a really good school for that kind of stuff. So he's really talented at what he does too. So he created this little visualizer type video for us. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you both so much again for finding creativity and inspiration in such a strange time, right? It's just so beautiful to see something that can come out of something that is not ordinary, right? So where can people find more about both of you and your music?
You can find me at Vanessa, VANESSSERR, on Instagram. That's where I usually post music stuff and just everything that I do.
Awesome. Mac, how about you?
My Instagram is right there, MacX Anderson. I'm hoping to release an album soon, so.
Great. Vanessa, do you have any music release on the digital streaming world?
I do not currently, but I am working on that, and hopefully it comes soon.
Awesome. So potentially some really great music in the future, and this is just a nice little sample of what's to come. So thank you both so much. Let's check out the really awesome video that you both made. All right, let's give it up for such an incredibly cool video and tune. Thank you so much, Mac and Vanessa. Make sure you check them out. I know that everybody who's performing tonight is going to be hitting up the chats on and comments on Facebook and YouTube, so you can engage with them and find out more about their music all through those platforms. So thank you again. I'd like to take a second and change gears with our next two performers. We have a lot of students in our program that are experimenting and working on film scoring and video game music, and it's such an important part of the music industry, and we're excited to really be able to offer some great classes for students in film scoring and video game music as well. And so I'd like to bring to the stage one of my favorite new composers in our studio composition program. Welcome, Andrew Alford.
Yes, hello. Thank you for
How's
having
it going? Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
So Andrew, could you tell us a little bit about the composition that we're going to be listening to today?
Yeah, so you are going to listen to my composition, The Returned King. It's for orchestra, and it's kind of like controlled chaos in a way. It's supposed to be super loud and epic, but also kind of like put you in some sort of group at the same time.
That's awesome. I noticed that your inspiration for this piece was from a piece you performed in high school called Arabesque. Could you tell us what about that piece inspired your composition?
Yeah, so Arabesque by Samuel Hazo has a really like big percussion feature. So I kind of wanted to capture that essence of big percussion, but at the same time it's working with the low brass to kind of move the piece along, and then high brass and like woodwinds are doing a bunch of crazy stuff all above it. And then in my version, I decided to add strings. So
awesome. And I also noticed you mentioned, and I like your term crazy stuff, but I saw in your notes you were challenging yourself to do some more complex harmonic ideas in this as well. Is that correct?
Yes. So I tried, I predominantly used something called the double harmonic minor scale, which is a harmonic minor with flattened two. And I also tried to use a bunch of parallel melodies and stuff. So there are a lot of parallel fifths and fourths, which are basically throughout the entire piece. And it just adds like this essence of chaos, but not complete and utter, like what the hell's going on.
That's so cool. Awesome. I'd love to know where your interests lie. Are you looking to do more with scoring film, video game music, podcasts, everything?
Definitely a lot of everything.
Great.
If I had to choose a favorite, I think I'm definitely partial towards like video game music. I think that's something I'd find myself really, really enjoying.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for making this video. Where did you, or how did you create the visual component for this?
So I went to a website called Pixabay and I looked up abstract loopable videos, and that came up and I'm like, this one looks cool. Let's just slap it over it, put in an iMovie, and that's it.
Awesome. Yeah. And for those who don't know, Pixabay is like royalty-free stock, like video and images. And I actually used a bunch of them in the video that I started us off with tonight. All the images that are being projected are royalty-free videos that I found through that resource. So yeah, right. It's super cool to have something available to you like that to help you visually express your music. So Andrew, where can people find out more about your work?
So my Instagram tag, Andrew_Alford_music, very creative, I know. It's also in the bio of my Instagram profile. You can find my YouTube channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, I stream sometimes, twitch.tv/Andrew Alford. And that's about it.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I think we should get to some music, right?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
All right, cool. Yeah, thank you. All right. Thank you, Andrew Alford, for such a cool video. And I love the visual. And yeah, I'm just seeing some great comments in the chat. Maya, I definitely agree with you. This is my anthem when I enter a room as well. All right. So I'd like to continue in this film scoring theme for our next presenter as well. And this is a new student of mine and also a new student to our program, but someone who has been composing for quite a long time. So without further ado, let's bring Jagger Clark to the screen. How's it going, Jagger?
Hello. So far, so good. How about you?
I'm doing great, Jagger. I'm gonna change the background because we need some variety. So don't be shocked, but I'm gonna do this. We're nice and multicolored now because why not? So Jagger, thanks so much for being with us and sharing this video with our audience tonight. Can you tell us about the song that you're presenting this evening?
Sure thing. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks.
So this song, Mountain of Darkness, is a march that I wrote that kind of follows on the storyline of a book I've written called The Fallen King. This represents like the pride of a nation, if you will, a military march in essence.
Cool. So let's backtrack for a second. You wrote a book that this song is inspired by. Tell us a little bit about the book.
Sure thing. The book is a fantasy book. Magic is very real. And it touches upon the idea of light versus darkness. We know it as good versus evil, but I try to make it more of a brotherly, sisterly bond, if you will.
Nice.
That when they work together, it creates balance. But when they do fight, usually ruins are left in their way. Chaos, if you will.
Gotcha. Can we find this book? Is it out for public consumption?
The book itself, sadly, is not out yet, though
Okay.
I am working hard on getting out. But if you do ever want to find stories about it, such as my YouTube, which is mostly about it, you can check out my website, which let me see if I can get my finger on it, sort of right there, at jaggercodyclark.com. That's JAGGERCODYCLARK.com.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about that artwork? I know you said it was inspired by this book, but who created the artwork for you?
The actual artwork done was by a person named Paige Monte.
Okay.
If you want to find more of her work, you can find her on YouTube or Instagram under the name PM_animation.
Awesome. And is this someone you've worked with before or just specifically for this project?
So far, I met her for this project specifically, but who knows? Who knows? I may need her for many other things in the future.
Awesome. And, I asked Andrew a question that I'd love to ask you as well. Where does your love lie in composition? Is it film scoring, video game music, everything that you could score it at all the things?
Honestly, though film scoring and video game music enabled me to get to this point, it was a lot of inspiration. I've heard so many pieces in just a year or two time here at Purchase, from jazz to more contemporary styles with dance. Honestly, I am loving all styles. And I think if ever I got the chance, I know it'd be impossible, but I'd love to give them all a try.
Hey, I think doing all the things is the right thing sometimes. I've always felt that way as a musician as well, as you can see from the cornucopia of musical instruments in my room. So, well, awesome. Jagger, thank you so much. I think we should get to some music. So without further ado, here we go. All right, thank you so much, Jagger, for such an incredible visual component along with a really cool composition. All right, so I'd like to change paces once again, because why not? That's what we do here at Purchase College in the Music and Technology Department. And I'd like to bring to the virtual stage one of my favorite composers, someone that I've worked with on and off for quite a few semesters here at Purchase. And I've also had the pleasure of seeing this video start from just a wee little baby song idea into this full-blown awesomeness that it's grown into. And so I'd like to bring April Gloom to the stage. What's up, April? Unmute yourself so you don't do what I did.
Hello.
Hello. How's everything? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, virtually.
Yes, I know. As has the semester been, right? But it's going to be so nice to be back in person with you all in the fall. It'll be fantastic. So let's talk about the song and the video that you're going to be sharing tonight. Could you tell us a bit about the tune and what inspired it?
Yeah, so this song is called Cerulean. I wrote it when I was back during quarantine, and I had moved out of New York back to my hometown in Colorado, and I was just like living in my teenage bedroom and like full of nostalgia, but also like claustrophobia. And like this song is kind of about, I don't know, childhood mixed with transformation into adulthood and kind of the whimsy that we sometimes lose when we grow up and feel like we need to be more serious or things like that. And it's kind of about digging deeper into like just keeping that whimsical, like quirky quality throughout your life, kind of.
That's awesome. That's such a beautiful idea. And you're so right. We kind of lose track of it sometimes, right? Nothing like the present to be reminded of that. So I am a huge fan of the Omnichord, and I know you and I both made quarantine COVID purchases of Omnichords. So could you tell me a little bit about its part in this tune?
Yeah, so I wrote this song on the Omnichord, and it pretty much plays like a center piece of it. And for people who don't know, an Omnichord is like this really strange 80s like synthesizer, but also has a drum machine in it, and it also has a strum plate that is kind of like basically a version of like the auto harp, but and it just plays like the harmonics of the chord that you're pressing, and it's really easy to play, but it's a bunch of fun, and it's just a fun instrument.
It is, and I love that the buttons kind of like make you feel like, you know, you accidentally play other chords that might be not non-diatonic, and then all of a sudden you've written like a really interesting tune.
Yeah.
So I noticed in your notes that you have quite a few awesome music and technology students playing on the recording of this tune. Could you tell me who's the musical personnel?
Yeah, so I have Evan played a slide guitar for me, and Claire Parcells played some bass, and I also had Jasmine, who is a classical major, play some violin, which I was like very, very excited about. Yeah, and that's about.
And did you record and mix this yourself?
Yes.
Nice. Awesome, April. So let's talk about the video for a minute. Could you explain, I know you touched on the inspiration with the tune, with the songwriting a little bit. Did you try to follow through with that inspiration in the video theme?
Absolutely. It's a lot about like basically taking adults and putting them in a position of like kind of like a childlike activity, I guess, and just making them be unserious and quirky and making them a little uncomfortable, but it's kind of about like just ethereal qualities and whimsy, and I don't know. So yeah, I would say
awesome.
it pretty much talks to the meaning
to the
of
song. Yeah.
There.
Did you make this video yourself as well?
I did. It's the first music video I've ever like filmed myself, and it was a bunch of fun. Thank you to my friends Evan, Claire, Edison, and Garrett for letting me dress them up and make them do silly things.
And yeah, you did the styling and the makeup and everything for it too, right?
Yes.
That's so cool. So where can people find more about you and your music?
I primarily use Instagram for like social media. So my handle is just april.gloom. And I also have a website, which is April Gloom Tunes. And yeah, you can find me on all streaming platforms. I have an EP that I released like a few years ago. That's like out in the world, but I'm planning some new releases soon of this song included. This song has been like unreleased anywhere, but thought I'd show it. So this one plus a few other ones that are kind of centered around the omnichord and some other weird things, but future things to be released.
Very cool. So I guess we're getting an exclusive premiere or something like that of this tune and the video. So yeah, very cool. Well, let's get to some music listening. Thank you so much, April.
Thank you.
Do you remember the books you read when you were a kid and couldn't rest your head? Fairy tales may be mysteries. True to you, but in time they mean nothing. Dreaming about growing wings and leaving the nest where you grew to be. Cerulean transformation, you've become someone new. Deep blue, you are the glue that holds it down. Waiting and wishing for a glimpse of the other side, full of the theory of bliss. If you catch a bug, it will die in your hands. In another reality, maybe you'd be friends. Cerulean transformation, you've become someone new. Deep blue, you are the glue that holds it down. Take a trip and come back new. Your hometown will never change its tune. When you grow up, don't forget the magic in you. Your inner child has come to play. Don't let your inner teenage hate your cerulean transformation. Your Deep blue, true gloom, ascending to a false utopia. Dewdrops and ferns always look sweeter on the other side.
April, you are just my favorite. What a fun, whimsical video. Thank you so much for sharing that with all of us. All right. So next, I'd like to bring up Banner Reed, who is also another, I mean, everyone tonight is just so amazing, and I love how different everybody is. So let's bring Banner to join us and have a chat about the video that Banner is going to be presenting tonight. Banner, great to see you.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
It's going all right. It's going all right.
I love the hat. Gotta have some style.
From Russia.
Yeah, it's a statement piece. I went with my statement piece as well, right? That's all you need. Shoulders up, statement piece. So, Banner, could you tell us a little bit about the tune? What's the name of the tune, and what's the inspiration behind what we're going to be listening to tonight?
Mm-hmm. So this song is actually one of my favorite songs I've ever written. It's called Dream of You. It was actually the first ever song I wrote back when I was like 13, 14. I still have the original draft, but I privated it on SoundCloud. I remember sending it to my uncle, who was a music producer. He passed away sadly last year. But I remember him telling me, like, I can do this if I put my mind to it. So this song's always been like my rock. And this is actually the third iteration of this song.
Hey, third time's the charm, right?
Third time's the charm, yeah.
So you self-produced this tune, and you also made the video yourself as well, right? Very cool. So in your bio, you mentioned that you find inspiration in the DIY style and techniques of the 2010s. Could you tell us a little bit about that and how it connects to the inspiration for the video as well?
Yeah. So in the digital age we are in now, you know, a lot of these artists are doing everything themselves because you have access to it, which I just always found, I was very appreciative of artists who like make themselves and do their own stuff and make their own merch designs and videos. I know Professor Peachkowski, he mentioned Young Lean in my interview. Okay. That was one of my major inspirations, Young Lean Blade, that kind of DIY 2010s style and kind of niche music. They're very cutting edge, and I definitely like look up to them as artists.
That's so cool. Could you tell everybody where they can find out more about you and your music? And I know that this single is going to be out in the world soon, correct?
Yeah. So this single will be out with my EP Heroes in January. Its sister song, Dream of You Part 2, will be out next week. It's supposed to drop tonight, but distributor kind of messed me up there.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's down the road.
Yes.
But if you want to check me out, link to my Instagram's right there, that anarcho-punk, and I'll drop my link tree. It's linktr.ee/Green Tea Party Band in chat. It's Dream of You. I hope you guys enjoy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, Banner, let's get to some viewing.
Please just see me when I'm alive to me. I live in my life. Oh, Christmas living at a place.
All right, thank you so much, Banner. What a cool tune! I definitely see a lot of people head bobbing along in the comments, and everyone in the green room was totally feeling that too. I kind of love that even though it's a virtual green room, we can see each other, we can kind of vibe, we can kind of hang. It's cool. So thank you so much, Banner. Make sure you all keep your eyes peeled on the social media for Banner's new tune and when it's coming out in the album in January. All right, so next up, I'd like to bring up one of our M&T students, Ethan Johnson, who produced a tune with a student that does not go to our school, but we won't hold that against her, don't worry, because this song is just fabulous. So I'd like to bring Ethan Johnson and Abby T to the screen. Let's go. What is up? How's everybody doing? Abby, unmute yourself before you do what I did before.
Hi.
How are you both doing? Thanks for hanging for this awesome event we're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I love that you're both doing the purple theme.
Yeah, kind of purple, kind of blue.
Yeah. And we didn't even coordinate this. This is just...
And I'm glad I changed the background, so it's like we're really vibrant right now. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
So Abby, where are you? I know, Ethan, you're kind of up in this neck of the woods. Abby, where are you coming from today?
I live in Flatbush in Brooklyn.
You are? Oh, fantastic. All right, so New York all the way. Ethan, are you in New York as well?
Yeah, I'm from Rockland County, which is right over the bridge.
Okay, great. You know, I did see, though, in the bio that you both sent me that you happened to meet when you were both not, well, Ethan, you were in New York, but Abby, you were not in New York. You were in Baltimore at the time?
Yes, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, we were in quarantine during like the I guess the height of the cases in New York, and so we were like, kind of just working over FaceTime a lot, and we were introduced to each other through my manager and one of, I guess, what is your relationship to Anwar, Abby? How would you describe that?
He's like, yeah, mentor kind of.
Yeah, mentor, exactly. Yeah, that works.
Awesome. So Abby, what drew you to Ethan's production style?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, first of all, just as a person, Ethan's like so open, and that translates into his production style because he's like so versatile and like always down to experiment, like try something new. Like he'll just be like, oh, let's do something weird today. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? I feel like I'm like, yeah, Ethan's the man. Like, he's so efficient. Like, put in the 10,000 hours. It's still putting in the 10,000 hours. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I think it's a nice common theme I'm feeling tonight with everyone who's been collaborating is just, finding someone that really sort of speaks your musical language, right? But also is ready to try whatever you might be ready to try too. And also throwing in some curveballs to keep things interesting musically. It's so important, right? So, Ethan, what was your concept for the production of this tune?
So I think I didn't tackle this tune like individually. I think at this point when it came time to produce this song, like we'd been working on a certain kind of sound that kind of pulled elements of like darker electronic music, almost resembling like Skrillex, I want to say, and combining that with like the brighter colors and chord tones of R&B. And so I kind of just started with the chord progression and just like worked off a groove for that and implemented some like lower octave vocals that kind of gave it a lower like dubsteppy almost tone at certain times, along with like making the decision to go with a much more electronic sounding snare rather than and by electronic I mean like bigger and like wider, fatter snare rather than like the traditional R&B like narrow, super tiny snare.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I definitely feel that when listening to the track, and I can't wait to see what everyone else says as well. So, this music video, it's so funny that you're saying what you just said about the production, but the video just has such a smooth, like chill aesthetic to it. Abby, what was the inspiration behind the video?
Yeah, I feel like I really wanted to capture like the Y2K aesthetic that's caught so much fire these past couple of years. And I made the video with my high school best friend in Baltimore, like in my childhood basement. And we just got a green screen. We're like, let's just go. And I feel like it came out really great. I'm so excited to like read the comments and see what everyone thinks, because this video won't be out till January. So
Oh wow, so we're premiering this too. What a night this is.
Yeah, that's gonna be out like early January. I think, is it first week?
yeah, first and second week.
Okay, cool.
Very cool. Oh, well, thank you so much for letting us showcase this video and this tune here. I'm so excited.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I know there's a lot of different people that worked on it. So before we show everybody the video, why don't you let me know who else was a part of this really cool project?
Yeah, so my friend Michael Tan, there will be credits at the end. Michael Tan, my friend Imani styled me. I had another friend shoot me, and then yeah, just me and Michael going back and forth editing it. I drew up the video treatment, like bought all the materials, returned it afterwards because
That's what you do.
Budget. That's what
Oh,
you
yes.
do.
Oh yes.
So, yeah, can't wait to see what everyone thinks.
Very cool. And so people can find more about your music, Abby, at the Instagram handle that you have there as well. And Ethan, I see yours, Ethan Johnson Music. So Abby, do you have any music available on Spotify at the moment?
I do. You can check me out at
Produced by my manager, Anwar Sawyer. It is fire. It's amazing. You should go stream it like immediately after you listen to this, or after the session ends. You know.
Yeah, go check out the video too. There's a video, so
Very cool. And Ethan, I'm sure you're working with a lot of different people as well. So there'll be some fun new projects, I'm sure, coming from you too. So awesome.
Yep.
All right, let's get to some music. Thank you so much for being with us today. And here we go without further ado.
I got a boy who's right for me, yeah. Yeah, that little boy from the east, yeah. He carry weight, know what to do. Pop up on me cause I'm brand new. I let him think he put me in my place, but we both know I'm pulling all the strings. Give or take, it's fine, I'm cool. Yeah, it's fine, I'm cool. I know we down, that's what he do. That's what he do. It's something about that West Coast love, keep me up at night. But that East Coast love got me feeling right. There's something in the way you know what to do, but I ain't quite sure who's who. There's something about that West Coast love, keep me up at night. But that East Coast love got me feeling right. There's something in the way you know what to do, but I ain't quite sure who's who. Not a boy from the West, yeah, that boy from the West. He got that Cali vibe blast. He take me out in his drop top. He'll take me shopping at the hot spots. Hey, yeah, he's so smooth, he got the move. I know my parents won't approve, but he talk to me oh so nicely. Bought me a rock so I feel lazy. There's something about that West Coast love, keep me up at night. But that East Coast love got me feeling right. There's something in the way you know what to do, but I ain't quite sure who's who. There's something about that West Coast love, keep me up at night. But that East Coast love got me feeling right. There's something in the way you know what to do, but I ain't quite sure who's who. Yeah, who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride for me? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride for me? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride for me? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride for me? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride for me? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride? Who's gon' ride for me? Something about that West Coast love keep me up at night, but that East Coast love got me feeling right. There's something in the way you know what to do, but I ain't quite sure who's who. West Coast love got me up at night. It's that East Coast love got me feeling right. Way you know what to do, but I ain't quite sure who's who. Hey.
All right. Thank you so much, Abby and Ethan. What a really beautiful tune and video. Thank you so much. All right, so we have a couple of performers left. Thank you all for hanging in and viewing, and those of you who are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, please feel free to share this. Let's spread the awesome party that we're all having right now. This is such a great listening environment. So I would like to change gears and do a little bit more of a pre-recorded live performance theme for our last batch of performers tonight. So without further ado, let's bring Raf Gould Schwartz to the stage. Raf, how are you?
Hi.
Nice
Sorry,
to
I had
see
to run and
you.
do something. I'm like out of breath.
It's a funny thing, right? Like if we were at a venue and we were on stage, like you wouldn't really have to do anything except like be on stage. But since you're like in your apartment or your house, it's like all of a sudden there's like 20 things you're supposed to do while you're at a gig. It's
Sorry
crazy.
about that. So I'm like out of breath.
No, it's all good. I'm really glad you're here. And you know, I love this tune in this video, and I would love for you to tell everybody else a little bit about the inspiration for the tune that we're going to check out tonight.
Well, so I wrote this song. Like I started writing it this summer at the end of June and July, and then I didn't touch it for like a while until a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So I wrote it when at first all the social change that happened during the summer happened.
Yeah.
And I had written and I started recording it, and I wrote a bass line and a drum part, which is what ended up being the basis of the song. I didn't touch it for a couple of months.
Okay.
And then recently I just started working on it again.
I just kind of clicked, right? It's kind of cool when that happens after you let something sit for a bit.
Exactly. And like I feel a little detached from it or something. And I feel like it makes it easier for me to like write something and not be in my head about the other element.
Totally.
Right. Like detaching from it is hard sometimes. So
yeah. And you know, we had such a great chat during sound check about all of our mutual musical influences and loves. And I would love for you to just share with everybody some of those influences that inspired this tune.
Sure. Well, for this song, definitely like groups that the first part I wrote, definitely groups that are kind of like punk, but also dance a little bit and throw a little bit of a shake butt in there. Like, definitely the Gang of Four. Also, I'm trying to think of the name.
We were talking about some of mine, like I love Into Another and Refused, and you had some really cool like punk influences as well that I just loved.
Yeah, like I love the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and definitely Susie and the Banshees, and I love Joy Division. So then there's also some electronic music influence in this, and some like shoegaze, like definitely Ride, the band Ride.
Great.
The chorus, the verse and the chorus are kind of two different things. So
I noticed that the name on your banner is GOM.
Yes, yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about where people could find your music and what you've got out in the world and where that is?
Sure. So my Instagram is GOM, like it's spelled here, and just tunes after it. And that is what I put out one EP under that name. GOM is kind of it's like a pseudonym that I kind of am working under that doesn't have I do most of the stuff, but I have people I have played on the records, and hopefully I'll do some live stuff with people. But
cool. So this video is all you, and you're playing some stuff live, right? But some stuff is along to some pre-recorded fun things.
Yeah, so it's me like recording the song. So this hasn't been put out yet. So we'll see how different it is when it gets put out. But I like it, so it might be a little different. So you might be getting exclusive versions.
All right, I love exclusives. It's a nice theme we're having tonight. So, all right, Raf, I can't thank you enough for participating in this event and representing like one of my favorite genres of music. And I think we should get to some listening. Let's do it.
Thank you.
stop it from feet. The hair go back to my neck. Standing at attention, standing like a soldier, waiting for another instruction. It's over. Buildings falling, sky is clear, heavens fall down, trees cheering from the sidelines. Do they know what's gonna happen next? Ain't it again? The way they fuck it up. While we found ourselves, they say there's terrorism. They don't give a shit. She waits in my wings, waiting. Her name is Fear. It's all over. Buildings crumble. Sky is splitting. Heavens fall down.
All right, thank you so much, Raf. Such a cool tune. All right, next up, I'd like to bring to the virtual stage the wonderful Ari Paracas.
Hello.
Ari, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Rebecca?
I am doing very well. Nice to see you.
Nice to see
I
you
can
too.
tell by the color of your wall that you are most likely at Purchase College. Is that correct?
Yeah, bear and white. Yes.
I've noticed the theme tonight. So, all right, cool. Well, Ari, I have a couple of questions I'd love to ask you about your video tonight, and I put both your video and the next performers together because both of these are live pre-recorded videos, and it's just got such a great live feel to it. And we also have some repeat offenders musically that we've seen already tonight. So, can you tell us a bit about the recording process for this tune?
Yeah. So the recording process for it essentially was so originally I had written this song. I think it was back in late spring or over the summer, and it was like you'll see in the recording, just me just singing and playing guitar, and I had sent it to my buddy Matt, who plays keys on it, and
Awesome.
he said, "This sounds really good. You should release it." And me being kind of like an arrangement nerd, I was like, "Yeah, I will, but I want to put a band behind it." He was like, "No, I think you should just release it as it is." And I was like, "No, I want to put some horns on it. I want to make it sound full." He was like, "Dude, just keep it just bare bones." and,
Simple is sometimes the best, right?
yeah, and I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, Matt I think he definitely made it with his playing. I mean, he's just such a killer piano player.
Awesome. And I know that we're going to actually talk to Ash with our next and last presenter, but Ash McMillan also, she recorded this for you, correct?
Yeah, she and Anthony Dominitzer, and Anthony Dominitzer, they recorded it. Ash, she's fantastic. I first heard some stuff that she did. She did a couple projects for my friend Claire, who you actually saw in April's video.
Yes, and Claire also did a performance in our first showcase.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
And I remember hearing the tune, and I was like, "This sounds really good." And then I got the chance to just see her workflow, and I was like, "Man, this girl can really mix." I want to get her on my stuff. She's going to be doing my junior project next semester.
Awesome, and hopefully that junior project is going to get released out into the world.
That's the plan. Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And then so them, and then I had a friend of mine, Alex Long, film it, and he managed to. I mean, I think it looks great. He managed to capture every little bump and crevice in my face, and I love it.
Okay, that's awesome. So where can people find more out about your music and all the stuff that's going to be out soon?
I have my Instagram handle at Ari Paracas, or I think it's Ari_Paracas.
It's actually, well, it's one of the two. I think if they
One
just
of the
type your
two.
name.
It'll be up there. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
they'll
unique
find
name,
you.
I think. You should be able to find it.
Okay, awesome. Well, Ari, thank you so much again for finding inspiration in some difficult times. And I have to commend you for you're using some of our campus facilities to make this really amazing recording and composition. And it's just been so awesome for me to see how much awesome things are being created, even with the COVID safety, right? It doesn't need to get in the way to making some cool art.
Yeah, and I have to really give credit where it's due. This would not have been possible without everybody who was on board helping me out.
Awesome. Anybody else you wanna thank for this video before we get to some viewing?
I think that was everybody. I mean, I guess I could thank my talking about the inspiration of the video. I mean, it's basically like you could call it a cheesy love song, but
okay.
The inspiration behind it was I have a couple friends here on campus, Andrew and Thule, and their story is kind of like your typical college love story, where it's like they met at the first 2 weeks of freshman year. But the way I've seen the relationship grow over the past years, it's like, I guess you want to call it goals, but their relationship truly was the inspiration for this song. Yeah.
That's awesome. Real life sometimes inspires the best things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's great. Okay, well, cool. Let's get to some viewing, shall we?
True lovers don't need any magic or inspiration from being apart. And if they fight, it sounds like an old phonograph. And they said, hey, let's find a new way to make this right. And they said, hey, we still love where we're at. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 oh. True lovers don't need any magic or false or moon that just doesn't stay. And if they fight, at least it's not politics. And they said, hey, let's find a new way to make this fit. And they said, hey, we still love that we were in. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 oh. You go better listen to the birds and the bees singing a song in the reed. It tastes like fruit from an old cherry tree. Or is it bittersweet? It's the story of the boy that doesn't want to lose the sky, and the girl that doesn't want to close her eyes. So she pulls his face down to a gaze. Who knew that love could be that way? You're so pretty in the eyes of the sea, but it just feels so right. It just feels so right. And it just feels so right to say, two lovers don't need any magic or some moon that just doesn't stay. And if they fight, at least it's not politics. And they said, hey, let's find a new way to make this fit. And they said, hey, we still love that we're in. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 oh. You better listen to the birds and the bees song in the breeze. It tastes like fruit from an old cherry tree. Or is it bittersweet? It's the story of the boy that doesn't want to lose the sky, and the girl that doesn't want to close her eyes. So she pulls his face down to her gaze. Ooh, the love can be so plenty in the eyes of a saint. But he just feels so right. And he just feels so right. And he just feels so right to say, oh, ooh, oh. And the track it keeps on spinning longer, singing, oh, ooh, oh. And the track it keeps on spinning longer. And the cherry trees, they blossom in the garden, and we're hiding from where no one can see. Oh, it just feels so right. And it just feels so right. And it just feels so right. And it just feels so right, yeah. And it just feels so right, so right. It just feels so right, and it just feels so right.
All right, thank you so much, Ari. What a great video. That guitar part at the end is like my favorite. All right, so before we get to our last presenter, I just want to take a second and introduce, I just want to take a second and thank Jenny Underkoffler. I would love, I'm just so excited for when we get to do this in person and I'd like to introduce Jenny Underkoffler, but for right now it's going to be, I'd like to thank Jenny Underkoffler, the director of the Music Conservatory, for always supporting our music and technology department and facilitating the creation of the Music and Technology Festival. I'd also like to thank Erica Kelly for assisting with social media and our fearless leader, Peter Dennenberg, the chair of our M&T department, as well as all our studio composition and production professors. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our students for their hard work this semester and finding so much creativity and collaboration, even in such difficult times. So I've made this next presenter and her cohort wait long enough. Let's get to some talking. Hello. Welcome to the virtual stage, Julia, Claude, and Ash McMillan. Thank you for letting me, well, you didn't let me. Thank you for closing out the show for us tonight. I am so in love with this video and this tune, and I've worked with you both a lot over the years, and it's been great to see you both grow as composers, as music makers, as producers, producers. So let's have a quick chat. I'd like to start with Julia. Could you tell us the inspiration behind the tune?
Yeah, so this song is actually a song that I wrote in high school. So quite a while ago. But I recently rediscovered it, and I was going through it, and I was like, what can I like add to this to like make it sound better? And I really wanted to add a string arrangement to it, and the song kind of has like a sad, like reminiscent vibe. So I wanted to write a string arrangement that like resembled that. Yeah, and the song is also going on an EP that I'm eventually going to be putting out. So like the studio recording kind of reflects that too, but like we added other elements to it to like make it sound different from the live recording.
That's great. And I know both of you actually are kind of on a little bit of a live tour in a sense, because you just did a Least of All recording, right?
Oh yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah. And so do you have any extra albums? Actually, for those of you, maybe I should talk about Least of All for a second. For those of you who don't know, Least of All does live cut vinyl of, you know, sort of one-off performances of performers' compositions, and it's a really special, unique thing that you get to have from your favorite songwriters and performers. And so Julia and Ash, you both did that for Julia's tunes. Do you have any extras?
Yes, actually, I made sure to get some wholesale cuts. So hopefully, like when shows eventually start up again or live performing, I'm going to be selling those, or maybe even online. I have to figure that out. But I have
Online would be great, because then
Yeah.
people can come find you, and that would be, you know, it'd be a special thing to get in this time of COVID. Play on your record player. Well, so Ash, you know, I'd love to ask you, when beginning to produce a new tune like this with an artist, and I know you've worked with Julia for a while, what is your process?
Yeah. So when I'm first starting a tune, I feel like I try to take the technology bit out of it for a while. I just like to sit down. And I know as an artist myself, when you write a song, like that's your baby. So I just like to sit down and be like, what do you hear? I'll talk about what I hear. You know, like what order are we gonna start recording things in, and just make it like a comfortable experience where it's like, I don't want to come in and change your song. I just want to make it better, and I want to get it to where it needs to be.
That's really cool. You know, I was just thinking too, like we have this we have these really great worlds of production that we live in in life, but also at Purchase, where there's a lot of producers that work a lot with the DAW and creation and synthesis. And I feel like you're one of those producers in a group of other students we have who work a lot of the time out of the box. And I know you've been doing things with the jazz department, doing a lot of jazz recordings lately. So yeah, anything you want to share with us that you've been doing lately that you love aside from Julia's project?
Oh my God, yeah. This semester's been like the busiest semester I think I've had ever. I think I did 11 jazz albums this semester.
Oh my goodness.
I obviously new EP with Julia, new single with Claire Parcells, who's in the last showcase. I did a new single with Alyssa Rodriguez, who's another studio comp major. I've been working on my own junior recital, so I'll probably be putting out an EP. Oh, and an EP with Becky Crosby.
That is so cool. And Becky Crosby's a vocalist in the jazz department?
Yes,
if I remember correctly? Okay, that's awesome. Very cool. So COVID has not slowed either of you down at all. So Julia, what attracted you to Ash's production style?
So we met freshman year, and that's when, like early on in the year, we started working on music together. And at the time, and kind of still now, she's like one of the only producers I know who like focuses on like acoustic recording, like with acoustical elements. And that's like mainly the focus of my music. So we started working together freshman year, and we recorded my album Brooklyn. And it was really just like an opportunity for us to like become better friends and like get to know each other musically. And we just like work really well together. Like we bounce ideas off each other, and like it's just a fun time.
That's so great. And, you know, I'd love to get to some listening, but before we do, there are so many amazing people that helped in the creation of this really cool video. Could you tell us a little bit about the other people that are participating?
Mm-hmm. So I had I had 4 string players from the Purchase classical program come in, and I was Jasmine on violin, Angela on violin, Olive on viola, and Emily on cello. And they're all amazing. They sound amazing in the video. I also used them for the studio recording. Ash obviously engineered the session. and Sasha, he assisted.
Okay.
And my friend and film major Dixie filmed the video.
That's so great. And, I just want to point out for our viewers, there's a lot of plexi going on in that room. And I have to say, it videos so nicely because you don't see it at all for the most part. So just in case you're watching and you're like, oh my goodness, they were on campus and they're all in the same room, all the safety precautions are being taken care of. So, well, thank you both so much. I would love to, I feel like we could just do like a whole chat with all of us talking sometime about all the things. But I think we should get to this video and share it with everybody. So thank you both so much. And without further ado, let's check out Ghost, right? Did I get the name right?
Thanks.
Yes, here we go.
I feel like a hole has been carved right into my empty heart and filled with lies. Could it be fate or your temptation? Maybe my imagination lead me to your side. It could be a ghost whispering the last words you said, spinning them round and around over again in my head. It could be a voice singing the same song, the one that you sang to me when I doubted you were the one. It's coming back to me, the people that we used to be familiar. It is that feeling of bliss. I feel myself drifting in and out. Can't hear you talking above the blurred sound, but I know this: you've sunk our ship. It could be a ghost whispering the last words you said, spinning them round and around over again in my head. It could be your voice singing the same song, the one that you sang to me when I doubted you were the one. It could be a ghost whispering the last words you said, spinning them round and around over again in my head. It could be your voice singing the same song, the one that you sang to me when I doubted you were the one. You were
That was so incredible. Thank you so much, Julia and Ash. And thank you so much to all the performers who presented tonight and all of their collaborators. And most importantly, thank you to all of you for watching. Remember, for more information, you can check out purchase.edu. You can also reach out to me, Rebecca.Haviland at purchase.edu, if you have questions about our program. And please share this. It's going to be available on Spotify on Facebook and YouTube, as well as lots of music by our performers available on Spotify. Please stay healthy, stay creative, and we look forward to seeing you all again for our M&T Festival next semester. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.